but I wanted to pop on here and spend some time with my YouTube fam. So please make sure to like, comment, subscribe. It always does help me. And it's my goal and my mission to help as many people as I possibly can. So I would love to hear what kind of content you guys like. I'd love to hear if this was beneficial or not, or, you know, if you're a mom or if you are here for the recipes and the fitness. I like to post pretty much everything, just lifestyle, recipes, fitness, nutrition, tips and tricks, just life. So welcome. Thank you guys so much for spending it with me, or else I would just be doing this all by myself, which wouldn't be as fun. So I want to get to know you guys and hear a little bit about you as well. So I'd love to chit chat and hang out. So today I thought it'd be really fun to kind of go through a list of things. I am now, like I mentioned, a mom of 2 under 2, and I know we have a lot of moms here in the community. And so I was gonna go through some of my favorite like must-have things. Like, these are the things that I've used with Brady, my very first pregnancy, and I'm continually using them multiple times and times again, even with Blair, and 100% they are worth the money, they are worth the price, and they have made such a game changer in just like overall lifestyle and how I'm able to get things done as a business owner, as a stay-at-home mom, as things are just to make things easier, which we all need. We are all moms who do that type of thing. So if you are not necessarily a mom, tag a mom down below to make sure that they watch this. So number one, I'm going to start off with a solid wrap. This being is, I'm a baby wearer. Hi, my name is Bree, and I wear my babies everywhere that I possibly can. So I have tried a few different ones out there, and honestly, literally, I just crack up at the ones that are like $300, $400, because I got mine off of Amazon for $50. And I wear it everywhere. I wear it all the time. I wear it on my walks. I wear it in the grocery store. It is so easy to do. I can't even, those wraps where you like tuck and you fold and you wrap and then you wrap and then you go up and down and through, and I'm like, what in the world? Who has one time for that? Who has the energy to learn that? Or there's those ones that are like, just feel like really big and bulky to me. So this is by far my favorite thing. Literally, I wore Brady up until he was like 20 pounds. Maybe not necessarily. The reason I stopped baby wearing Brady was because I found out I was pregnant with Blair. So literally up until a year, I was wearing him all the time. And like I said, I go on 45-minute walks every single day. I coach that to all my teams. So there's a little nutrition, health and wellness tip there. Add in a 45-minute walk on your day-to-day basis, and it's gonna put you in a deeper calorie deficit. And I always recommend wear a weighted vest, a rucksack, or wear your little ones, because ultimately when you add some type of weight to your body, you can tap into your second heart rate zone, burn more body fat by doing the exact same thing. So if you are working on just a health and wellness journey, a fat loss journey, or anything along those lines, and you're not adding in a walk, first off, start there. But second off, add in that weight of some sort. Plus, it's just so good for bonding. And I did that up until 1 year with Brady, like I talked about. But now, having a toddler, Brady is almost 2 years old. I'm chasing him around like crazy. And now I'm just always wearing Blair. Like, we are literally in the kitchen. I'm playing with Brady, and I'm wearing her, just allowing her to sleep near me. And she does so much better. Oftentimes when I just have so much work to do, or Brady's going crazy or anything along those lines, it's just like my go-to. Pop Blair in there, hands-free, ready to rock and roll. So if you do not have a good wrap of some sort, try this one out. The material is super stretchy. It's already like built and formed, so you don't have to worry about learning all the, is she in there? Is she gonna be safe? You know, it's already set. So there's buckles in the back. There's holes to slide, but it's super stretchy material, kind of like the athletic wear, athletic fit. And then you just cross in the back, and then you just wrap in front and cross in the back once again. And there's like a spot for your baby to sit. You can do it on the front, you can do it on the back. It's just the best one, and it's only $50. I'm like, sold, absolutely. I was going in the shot in the dark with this one, and I've now recommended it to so many moms out there. Okay, number 2, and this is kind of cheating because it's 2 different products, but a good prenatal and fish oil capsule. So I have been taking this for almost 5 years now. 5 years now, because being honest, it took me almost a full year to conceive with Brady. So as soon as you mama, or if you know someone who is looking to get pregnant here, the best thing that you can do is start with a good high quality prenatal to make sure that your body is getting the vitamins and the nutrients that it needs in order to conceive, or to feel safe to conceive, that is. And then a fish oil capsule, a lot of people miss this general one because it's just not talked about enough. But the biggest thing is, we don't just want a general prenatal, and we don't just want a general fish oil capsule. We need them to be efficaciously dosed, specifically in pregnancy, because a majority of mama's nutrients are going to baby. So anything that you are eating, and I'm sure a majority of you guys, like your OBs, are talking about, hey, get on a prenatal. The thing is, the ones in the grocery store are not efficaciously dosed, and we as women are not getting the nutrients that our bodies need to support our baby as well as us. So our prenatals are generally just like going straight to baby, as well as everything that we're eating is going straight to baby. And that can lead to a lot of some side effects of like pregnancy, hair breakage, and just like drained skin and not getting the nutrients that we need. Not great fingernails and acne, and a lot of those are hormonal too. But if you're filling those gaps adequately, you're gonna feel so much better. And then a good fish oil capsule that's high in EPA and DHA is going to be crucial, because it doesn't only just help with babies' eye development and brain development, but it also helps with mama's brain fog. So if you've ever heard of this thing called pregnancy brain fog, it's so real. And literally people told me about that when I was getting pregnant with Brady, and I was like, okay, whatever. I can't even imagine how bad it was if I was not on a good high quality fish oil capsule. So I specifically take 5 of them a day. Plus it helps with joint health, which can be super, super fragile during this time, during pregnancy, just because our body is changing so much. So make sure that you are mamas on a good high quality prenatal as well as fish oil capsule. And I'm just gonna say supplements in general, because I'm gonna throw in a good high quality collagen and magnesium. Collagen specifically with Dermavol, guys. This has been a total game changer for me, because Dermavol helps with skin elasticity, which I swear that I did not get skin stretches or stretch marks or anything along those lines because of the collagen that I was taking. And I take this during pregnancy, during postpartum, and just generally in life. But it's gonna help with hair, skin, nails, bones, tendons, ligaments. And then that Dermavol is just the extra chef's kiss during pregnancy and postpartum, because it is helping so much, making sure that I reduced any of those cellulites and stretch marks. Regardless of if you're pregnant or not, highly recommend. Magnesium is the next one. Magnesium actually plays a role in about 600 functions in the body. So if you are deficient in magnesium, you ultimately just feel like crap. And I actually took a scoop and a half of magnesium every single night during pregnancy. Better sleep. And it also, the one that I recommend, super cheap for 90 servings, is has multiple sources of it. So it's gonna help with digestion and recovery and muscle spasms. It's really, really common to even get restless leg syndrome during pregnancy. It can help with that. It can help with headaches, any type of PMS symptoms, cramping, which we all get Braxton Hicks cramps. So make sure that your supplements are on par. So we're just gonna put that as number 2. Number 3, I actually have 2 different strollers that I recommend, and one is a travel stroller and then one is our general like good high quality stroller. So we use the Mockingbird stroller and I highly recommend it. I love it. I've never found a better stroller, and the seats are amazing. You can like ultimately adjust them in so many different ways, so many different postures, and this is adding on a second seat. So there's like a bassinet feature, there is the car seat feature, and then we got the second seat add-on, and now there's like one right above the other. They can face each other, they can face away from each other. Like the options are just so endless. The tires are nice and big, so that way you can like pretty much roll over anything. We had to get like an additional little thing on it so we can put drinks and snacks and that type of stuff in it, but the stroller is so nice. It's easily fold upable, and I just could not recommend it enough. The second stroller is kind of more of our like travel stroller, however we're kind of using it a lot right now, and that is 2 seats right next to each other, and Blair's car seat hooks into that, so Brady can actually sit right next to Blair, which is really, really nice. The seats also like decline and raise, so I thought that was a great feature for more of a stroller one. It does fold up kind of big and chunky, so when we do travel with it going on an airplane, I think it's gonna be okay because we always tuck it underneath the airplane anyways. But if you're looking for different strollers, I highly recommend these 2. They have been amazing. Not that you need 2 strollers by any means, but I never wanted to take our like expensive Mockingbird stroller and check it through the airport, or in case something like got ruined on it, or whatever. This one is for our travel one. We not super worried about it. It's easy to fold up. And so that's kind of why we did 2 strollers, but I think even our travel stroller would be a perfect stroller for just everyday use, and we're actually using that right now for our everyday use until Blair's a little bit bigger and we can add that second seat on. For the Mockingbird one, there's tons of attachments as well. I'm so excited. I think Brady's still a little bit too small, but I'm so excited. There's an option to put like a scooter base on it so he can sit and like be on the scooter while I push Blair. So that is coming. Stay tuned on my Instagram to see all those amazing stories once Brady's big enough. But if you're looking for strollers, we highly recommend these. We love these. I have not yet found anything that is a red flag. Okay, next is specifically for my mamas who are nursing. So yes, I use a breast pump. The way that we are feeding Blair, and I did this exact same way with Brady as well, and it has been super helpful. I have been producing so much more too with Blair, and I'm sure that's like a second mom thing, but my stash is growing like crazy. So ultimately how we do it is I feed Blair at 4 in the morning, 7 in the morning, 9 in the morning, 12 o'clock noon, 3 o'clock in the afternoon, 6 o'clock in the evening. And then Brandon, now at 4 weeks, we started implementing a bottle of breast milk, so that way Brandon can have some time with her and bond with her that way. And we also did that exact same way with Brady, and it has been super amazing. And with that schedule, like I am so schedule oriented with it. She is like spot on. It's amazing. Literally, she will tell me like a few minutes before it's 3 o'clock, like, okay, mom, it's time to eat. But so that means at 9 o'clock I am pumping. So I do use an electric pump for that. However, every time that I am nursing Blair, I nurse her on one side and then I use what's called a Haakaa on the other side. So if you've never heard of a Haakaa, I highly recommend it. And it has to be the traditional Haakaa. That's the one that I'm talking about, not the ladybug ones. The ladybug ones worked for me for like a week, and then since then it has not worked. So it has to be the traditional Haakaa. That's what I'm using, but I'm catching on that side. So I'm feeding her on one side, catching on the other side, and then the next feeding I switch sides for her. So that is how I'm creating such a large stash of breast milk right now, and it has been a total game changer. So mamas, if you're looking to create a stash, not that you have to by any means, and I always want to preface that a fed baby is always the best kind of baby, so please make sure that that's what's important here. But if you are breastfeeding and you are looking to create a stash, I highly recommend the Haakaa doing it. I specifically am not super one to like be thrilled about pumping all the time. So I don't pump at all during the day except for that 9 o'clock feeding. So when Brandon goes to feed Blair at that 9 o'clock time, that's when I go to the pump. So I am only pumping once a day, and I am creating a stash with every other feeding using the Haakaa. Okay, the next two kind of go together, but these have been amazing for us. Literally, we used them again, both for Brady and then now for Blair. But the Baby Bjorn Bouncer. Guys, this is hands down the best chair for your baby. I love it. I love it. Both babies have loved it. Like, I have no complaints about this since day one. We literally put Brady in that and he was obsessed with it. Blair's the exact same way. What I love so much about this is, one, it is able to adjust with different positions. So, you know, the smaller that they are, the more it kind of like leans back. And then when Brady started to get older, we just like popped it up more so that way he could sit up more. So it's super easy to adjust. There are little like pieces that you can get on it that they can like play with and spin with and things like that. And it's just like they kind of themselves bounce them. So Blair's a little bit too light right now, so she kind of just sits there. But as they get a little bit older, they will like start moving their body and simply bounce themselves. And we move this everywhere. Generally, it sits like on our kitchen counter. When I'm working or if we're cooking dinner or anything along those lines, and I can just tell like they are sitting there watching us live life, right? Like, I feel like they're still able to be a part of our day to day. You know, when we're cooking dinner or I'm working and I can just look over at them. Another thing that I love to do is have them sit in that and use like the black and white cards for some different like stimulations and things like that. And I think we used it for a long time. It's weight based, so we used it for a long time up until Brady, I think almost till he was 1 year old. So it lasts for a really long time. You know, he was able to eat some snacks in it as he, you know, started to add in foods. And just, I have so many pictures of him, so many memories of him just like us hanging out there, and it was perfect. Another one though is the Fisher-Price swing, and this one specifically because it can change the direction of which way it swings. So many of the swings out there are just like either forward and backwards or side to side, and I feel like each baby is so different. I was always worried, and I always heard like people spending so much money and finding out, you know, this swing went forward and backwards, but my baby preferred going side to side. So I really love this one, not knowing which my babies would prefer. And I felt so confident going into it with Blair, knowing like, oh, we don't have to buy another one in case she didn't like it. They both have loved it. They've actually both loved swinging side to side, but it's super easy to switch. What I also love about it is there's a mirror up top, and then there's some little hanging down things, and they're just fascinated by it. There's also tunes on it that like can change either nighttime if you're trying to get them to fall asleep, or daytime if you're trying to keep them up. It's like more energetic music versus like sleepy music. There's different paces, so if you really want them to like swing, you can crank that baby up, or if you just want like a very gentle, very light. I love it. So it's not aesthetically pleasing by any means. I have decided that I've given up that like my house is gonna be aesthetically pleasing, but it's worth it. I honestly don't even remember what number I'm on, but the last thing that I'm gonna say is a little like emergency kit for my car. And these are all on my Amazon, by the way, but it like slides out. I put some diapers that are Blair's size. I put some diapers that are Brady's size. I put extra clothes for both of them and an extra t-shirt in there for me. And then not only that, it holds like, so I have one pocket for that. I have another pocket that's like car stuff. So like my ice scraper, like extra like seat wipes, some paper towels. I have a first aid kit in there, like something along those lines for your car, because yes, we use the diaper bag, but I feel like sometimes I don't fill up the diaper bag because I don't even realize, like, it's always out in my car. I don't even bring it in anymore. But sometimes it runs out of like diapers and I don't even realize it. So I have extra ones in the car. Again, I always have some extra clothes generally inside of their diaper bag, but sometimes I forget, and like if I had to switch them out, there's not new ones in there, then I know I have like a backup pair. Or specifically, I feel like I always forget about me. So I just have like a shirt just like this in there just in case I leak, or in case there's a blowout, or in case like there's a big burp up or something along those lines. Because when I'm running out the door, I don't really necessarily think about like, oh, Brie, you should grab an extra shirt for yourself as well. We don't do that. I have an extra pair of socks in there. Like, it is just the emergency kit for all things. So I keep that inside my car. And that's been a total game changer. But mamas, I hope some of these things helped you, because as a second time mom, 2 under 2, it's crazy. I would probably lose my head if it wasn't attached to me. And I know how overwhelming it can feel when you find out you're pregnant, or when you're going through those stages just not knowing. So I hope some of these things help you, and they have been total game changers for us. But I will see you guys next week. I always post Mondays and Thursdays for my YouTube fam. Again, I would love to meet you guys, hang out a little bit, get to know you a little bit more as you guys are commenting down below. And please bring a friend, bring a family member, or tag a new mama to help